This episode of Life is So Good. It's presented to you by Rain Rock Casino. It all begins with you.
Places to go, things to do, and the people behind some of the great food in Southern Oregon. It's why life is so good.
It was a lifelong dream for Joe Ginet of Plaisance Ranch to become a winemaker and bring a taste of his heritage to Southern Oregon. But after returning from Europe in the early 1970s, he hit a brick wall on his winemaking dreams.
Came back here to start farming, and the bankers really wouldn't loan me any money because they didn't, not for a vineyard. If I wanted to milk cows, then how much money did I want?
So he started a milk farm to raise money for his vineyard, but high interest rates and a trying economy delayed his dreams.
Instead of milking for 4 or 5 years and then selling the cows and planting grapes, we ended up milking for almost 30 years.
30 years of milking cows. Some would say it's time to retire, but making wine was just something in Joe's blood.
I kind of caught the wine bug back in the 70s when I was touring France.
Next, you'll see a look inside the Plaisance Ranch winery and how Joe Ginet reconnected with his family in France, bringing a taste of the old world wines to Southern Oregon.
It all begins with you at Rain Rock Casino. Our number one goal will always be to provide our valued guests, friends, and neighbors a fun, friendly, and safe environment today and every day.
Rain Rock Casino. Joe Ginet had to wait 30 years to start his winery.
I like to say the biggest ingredient in fine wine is patience.
But winemaking is in his heritage, and after reconnecting with his family in the old world, one could say it was in his blood.
I took a quarter off of college and backpack and a rail pass and went to Europe and just kind of bummed around, and eventually I got to the village where my family was from.
The town, Saint-Jean-de-la-Porte, France, located in the east near the beautiful high-altitude Alps of the infamous Savoie wine region.
I didn't speak any French at all. Got off the train at the train station and just wrote my name on a piece of paper and showed it to the guy behind the counter, and he just looked at me and picked up the phone and called, and in a few minutes there was a couple cars and they were my cousins.
Just that one visit started a lifelong connection with his family in France.
That was the first encounter of anybody from America ever going back to Europe and reuniting the family.
And in 1998, some of his cousins came to Plaisance Ranch to help Joe and Suzie start a wine grape nursery, bringing an old world varietal to one of the most unlikely wine regions in America.
I brought Mondouse, which is one of the parents of Syrah. It comes from Savoie. And then the other one we brought in more recently is called Persan, which is another really ancient old red grape from the Alp country of eastern France.
Wines not normally found anywhere outside of France. And just 6 years later, we're able to finally fulfill Joe's dream by opening Plaisance Ranch in 2004, converting a dairy farm into a winery.
This is where we used to milk the cows, yeah. Used to stand down in the pit here 4 feet, and there's 5 cows on this side, 5 on that side. This is the 2019 vintage in here. They'll be bottled next August.
But French wine isn't the only type Joe and Suzie make. Award-winning wines of different varietals.
I think we have 18 different varieties and 42 different selections of grapes. We have like 6 clones of Tempranillo, and I think we have 8 clones of Syrah.
So what does the name Plaisance mean in French?
Well, my grandfather came to Jacksonville in 1898. He bought 500 acres outside of Jacksonville on Sterling Creek, and he called his place Plaisance Orchards. Plaisance means pleasurable or, nice.
Plaisance, the pleasure of bringing award-winning wines to a small region in Southern Oregon, where the old world meets the new, where lifelong dreams can finally be accomplished after 30 long years, where life is so good.
This episode of Life is So Good. It's presented to you by Rain Rock Casino. It all begins with you.